Now our Sunday spotlight on the story of trailblazing chef Leah Chase. She took a stand against Jim Crow in a segregated South, changing history with a little bit of gumbo. Our Susan Saulney takes us to New Orleans.
This is the best gumbo I ever had.
So he picks up the hot sauce in the gumbo. I said, Mr. Obama, you don't put hot stuff in my gumbo.
Not everyone can tell Barack Obama how to enjoy his lunch. But when you're the queen of Creole cuisine, still cooking in the same New Orleans restaurant you built in the 1940s, there are certain liberties.
We had a fuss.
Leah Chase may be the most important chef you've never heard of. She's fried chicken with Julia Child, judged gumbo on Top Chef, fed prime ministers and presidents alike. Ray Charles even sang about her cooking.
I went to Dookie Chase to get something to eat.
In the 40s and 50s, her Dookie Chase restaurant was the only upscale establishment in New Orleans to serve notable African Americans who were passing through town.
So Dizzy Gillespie, Ray Charles,
Everybody, Duke
Joe
Ellington,
Lewis.
everybody.
But Chase would blaze a trail not just by bringing in big names. In the segregated 50s and 60s, Dookie Chase was ground zero for blacks and whites who were hoping to change history together.
During the civil rights movement, at great risk to yourself and your family, you defied the laws of the Jim Crow South. You allowed the civil rights movement, people who needed to strategize, who were white and black, to come in here and have meetings.
You know, yes, we did. Anything you thought that could better people, you just did it.
But someone threw a bomb at the restaurant.
But it didn't even worry me.
Freedom fighters are meeting in an upstairs room.
Everything. I knew I could not do what they were doing.
So that was your contribution to the movement.
Feeding them.
She wanted to fortify their hearts and souls with her etouffees and jambalayas.
It's all about helping people. My daddy brought me up that way. The three things we had to live by was pray, work, do for others.
So when Disney movie makers went looking for inspiration for The Princess and the Frog, a model for their first black princess, they turned to Leah Chase.
Well, I was so proud of that because, you know, they had Snow White, Belle, and
So many.
Cinderella.
Never one that looked like you or had a work ethic like
Yeah,
you.
they made her pretty, and I'm so happy for that.
Even at age 91, you'll still find this self-taught chef hard at work in her kitchen, whipping up the gumbo that in a city full of finicky foodies remains the gold standard.
You put pepper beyond what's in the hot sauce, though, no?
The hot sausage is enough pepper in there. You see, I make the roux with the grease from the hot sausage.
Okay. Tips from a pro.
Like her gumbo, Leah Chase is an original, cooking up a life of passion and activism. The finished product? Unforgettable. For this week, Susan Saulney, ABC News, New Orleans.
Our thanks to Susan. And if that made you hungry, you can head to abcnews.com/thisweek to find Leah Chase's recipe for one of her famous gumbos.